my name is Yassaman Omidbakhsh for long, but known as Yas here. I am one of the founders of Eyerim. Eyerim is a startup we founded almost 3 years ago with 4 other founders, and we are selling eyewear, sunglasses, glasses, prescription glasses online. Our main focus is in Central and Eastern Europe. And throughout the course of Eyerim, we did 3 successful fundraisings, total over 2 million, and here we are still going strong. Basically, the reason that we started Eyerim and how it came to shape was that I met my co-founder back when we were working in an e-commerce industry back in Asia, in Kuala Lumpur. And to be honest, back then the idea of having your own company was a completely gray area to me. I never even dreamt of doing it, and I never thought it would be so possible that someone as inexperienced and as young as us could just go ahead, start their company, do some fundraising, get investors on board, have a huge team as 30 to 40 people in just 2 years. That idea was completely ungraspable to me. But when we started working in Kuala Lumpur, we had a chance to get to know a lot of amazing people, amazing advisors who got us involved also in the startup industry, in the startup sector there. We got to see from zero, from the base and ground up, how startups would form, how companies became to existence. And basically that was the motivating factor for us, and sort of a wake-up call that, hey, this is also possible. So look at the people around you. They're not as experienced as you are. They're almost your same age, and they're doing it, and they're quite successful. So that was the motivating factor for us. We got into the business in Europe. We started our own company, and after several years, it kept growing and growing, and we're facing different challenges every year as it grows. But all along the years, it has been a great journey. We learned a lot, and it has been very challenging. Of course, the hardship has been great, and you might assume that the beginning is difficult, but the beginning is just exciting, and you don't have as much as responsibility. But as you keep growing and then you face more challenges, that's where the difficulties will actually face you, and that's where you see the pressure. So this was something that we are learning now and we're facing now. And whenever I meet some startuppers or some entrepreneurs who are aspiring to have their companies, this is something that I normally tell them, that really think it through. But also sometimes I say ignorance is bliss. Maybe if I knew the path that I know now back then, I might have never even got into this business, or I might have been more conservative and not and more risk averse. So another thing would be that just ignore the challenges that might face you along the way. Do what you think you're passionate about and start your business. And basically the reason that I got acquainted with SBA and this women business angels in Slovakia was mainly with my interest and my faith in startups in Slovakia, and that I really enjoy mentoring and spreading this small amount of knowledge that I've acquired over the years of having my startup here, and that really excites me and interests me. So when I met the amazing people behind SBA, I decided that it would be a good opportunity to meet more like-minded people, or people who might need just a little bit mentoring or some guidance or tips in this area. So I decided that it would be a nice opportunity to get involved and exchange some ideas and knowledge along the path. So and here we are, and I think the first event that I attended with this group was in Greece, in Thessaloniki, a few months ago, where we had a chance and the opportunity to meet the Greek startups and several women business angels in the event. And it was a very interesting event. We met, honestly, the quality of startups were amazing. The teams behind them were also very talented, but overall, I think in this business there is lack of knowledge of how to approach investors and how to pitch to them. And this is really important, and I keep telling everybody that you might have a great idea, you might have a great product, but the investors might not understand your language because they're not developers. They are not, they're not in the industries or in the fields that you might have 10, 20 years of experience. They're simple people, and they know the language of finance. They know the language of investment. So basically how you have to approach them is that keep your story short and speak their language. And that was the message that wherever I go with people in the industry who have great ideas and have trouble fundraising, I tell them this, that you probably need to meet more people who have been successful in fundraising throughout this course and have done it before, or maybe mentors or investors who are willing to act as advisors, and start to get to know them first and then approach investors. You might hear less no's and more feedback about how to approach them and how to improve your pitch. So that was my general take from the first event that I happened to be involved with SBA. And it's also something that I see in many places when we meet the different startuppers, and also on the same course, on the same note with the women angels. I think there should be some mentoring program with them as well, and successful investors who can get to know each other, who can connect and discuss ideas and share how were you successful in your investment and how you failed. So they would also be more willing to learn about the startups, ask the right questions, look at the right pitches as well. Because I think overall with women, we see that there is not that many in this area, and we haven't seen many women business angels in the region that we are in. And that might not be that there are not rich women here. I think the reason is that we need to spread more knowledge about the opportunities that exist and how they can benefit from it. So in my opinion, the whole range and the whole area and the most important factor that needs to be improved here is connecting more people together, everybody who were successful, who failed at the same time, just exchange knowledge, just exchange ideas. There is no need to necessarily invest or pitch, but just get them together so that they can learn from one another and exchange ideas and see how they can improve. And maybe within the next course of events, within the next months or years, we can see the volume of investments and quality pitches and quality startups is growing at the same time, hand in hand together. So on the same note, I'm really privileged to be part of SBA, and I still hope that we can continue together, mostly as a mentorship, and I'm looking forward to see how the team grows and what kind of startups evolve and come about, and looking forward to see the development in the next year as well. Bye.